Hey guys, it's Tomek from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly Forex Forecast. This is the last week before Christmas holidays, so market can lose a little bit of steam because of the holiday season, but still we might have some nice opportunities. So let's check the pairs which I prepared for you. This is the Aussie CAD. Daily time frame. Of course, we do top-down approach first, so we check the higher time frame. So what we see on the weekly time frame, price is still making the lower lows and lower highs, so the pressure is still for the short entries. If we look for the resistance area on this pair, we have to unzoom a little bit. We will see that the next level of the really good weekly resistance is here, so price still have a lot of room to go up. But if we check right now, price touched the 200 EMA, we see this big spike, we see the reaction, and if we look, we also have a resistance area around this zone. This whole zone here, it's for us resistance, so that's why price still might reject and will go down, maybe even to retest the previous lows which are here. If not, the next possible support level is somewhere around this zone, so we still might get like maybe bounce, price will go down, will create a higher low on the weekly, and then will go up again. This is the scenario which we also can have, or we'll just continue to go and retest maybe this. So well, let's check what we have. We can delete this line, we can just leave this here, because what we see is the 200 resistance. Also on the daily chart we have 683 EMA, so really good level. We have price right now is building two scenarios for us. We are in the profit zone, which is the 36 EMA. Let's look for the trend line, and on the trend line we have trend line like this. It's difficult to draw because we have only like two spikes. We always like to have at least three touches, so then it's easier to draw the line, but we can draw it for now like that. We also have the long 1 to 3 here, but there is no option right now for long scenarios yet, because we need to wait for this line breakout, then we can look for the long. So let's see lower time frames and what we have. We have situation where price is right now is in the small wedge or range. If we look for this, we will see that price stacked in this area. So we have two opportunities right now. Ideally, we would like to see breakouts of this level and this level. And then if we see that price is breaking this zone, we look for the longs, try to target the previous highs with the resistance level, and if price decide to of course break this, then we know the next targets from the weekly time frame. And another option is to look for the sells after breakout of this support level, and then maybe we will see that price will go directly to the support level or will react on this daily trend line. So we have to remember that if price decide to break this, we need to manage this pair before this line, because this line we can draw in couple of ways, like this for example, like that. So you see that angle is not clear, so it will be good to take this with low risk also. So this is like a more conservative way to trade. Of course, on the lower time frames you could wait for the 1 to 3s here or 1 to 3s here. Another option, more aggressive trades, trading for intraday traders, scalpers. You can still wait for the retracements back to our trend line and the 36 EMA, and when you see that price is not breaking this line, it's not going up, but is bouncing, it's going down, you can look for the sell entries here to target the support level first, or even 200 EMA, and then if price decide to go down, then you will get really nice early entry on this possible move. So this is Aussie CAD right now. Let's go to the Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar weekly time frame. What we see, really powerful down move. We had this support level, price is still retesting this area. The next lows are a little bit lower, so we still have some room for continuation of this down move, but we are already on the support level. It's mainly from the daily chart, it's not like nice weekly is here, but around this zone we also see that price had some reactions. So that's why we might get maybe bigger retracement back to the 36 EMA and back to the resistance area, which is somewhere around this zone. So when we go to the daily chart, what we see, we have right now price is making like a bounce on the 12 EMA. So we see previously that price also bounced and went down without any problem. So we still might get continuation of this down move to the support level, but of course this is late scenario, so we would like to manage the pair on the previous lows. Let's look for the trend line, and we will see that we also have the nice line here, 1 2 3 4 touches. So that's why it gives us still possible short scenario for continuation. Yes, this still gives us. We go to the lower time frames, and what we see on the lower time frames, of course, to look for the sells, what we need to see is the breakout of this line, and then we can look for the sells. Don't go on the 4-hour chart, look for possible scenarios on the lower time frames. Of course, you know that we are on the support level, so you need to lower the risk, but you also know that this might be move another maybe 100 pips or even lower. So that's why, in my opinion, it's worth to risk. If you get the nice setup below this trend line, you can still look for the sell scenarios. And in case of the long entries, it's still possible after this trendline breakout, but then our target is the 36 EMA. So you need to be sure that there is enough room to look for the longs. Maybe it will be necessary to combine this with lower time frames like 15-minute, 5-minute, but this is the best scenario to trade right now on this pair. You can target 200 EMA. So you need to see, because right now we don't know how price will break this, but you know that in case of the breakout, your target to manage the pair is the 36 EMA, and then of course the next resistance area. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand is bouncing on the 200 EMA on the weekly. We had this really big move. It was like 105,000 pips. Right now we might get reaction, and price will retrace back to the 36. Let's find some levels, but this pair is a little bit difficult for the levels, but we have something here. So it's like with the 633 EMA. The next resistance area is somewhere around this area where we are right now here. Yes, so we have this, and the next support level, possible support level, is here. So if price decide to continue, there might be a stop. We go to the daily chart. What we see on the daily, that after this big move, price is finally retracing back to our profit zone, which is the 36, plus we have this resistance zone. So like on the previous pair, we also might get still continuation, but to look for the sells, we have to wait for the 2 to 3 line breakout, and then we can look for the short entries to target the support level. If we see that price is breaking the 36 EMA with this area here, with the small resistance which we have here, then you can look for the long entries. So again, like on the previous pair, we would like to see breakouts first. Of course, short entries, don't look for the 4-hour chart, because it's definitely late, too late. So we have to go to the like 1-hour chart, but after trendline breakout with the 36. And the long scenarios, ideally after breakout of this area here, you can start to look for the longs, and this you can take on the 4-hour chart, because your target is good enough. 200, it's 250 pips, 450 pips, so we have a lot of room to go in this case. Another scenario for intraday traders, scalpers, we have our funny right now setup is making. If you see the price is bouncing and is rejecting the trend line with the 36 EMA, you go to the lower time frames, you start to look for the longs and target this zone here. But you need to really wait to see that price is retesting this trend line again. GBP Swiss franc weekly chart. What we see, we had this short weekly 1 to 3, price went down, retest, and right now is retesting the previous low. The support level is here, so price didn't reach this exactly, but we also have the previous lows here, which also gives us nice support level. We see this. So price is right now sitting with this big spike. So we might have again rejection and price will go up, or breakout and price will continue to go to the next support level. If we look for the trend line, we have trend line like this. So in case if price wants to bounce, this is our target. Yes, this area here. Let's go to the lower time frames, and what we see on the lower time frames is this spike. So like we said, we might have reaction right now. Yes, maybe we can look for the long bounce entries and even target this. But before price reached this, maybe we'll have stop on the 36 EMA like we had here. You see the situation, price spike, we had the retracement, another spike on the 36, last push here, and then price went up. That's why if you decide to take the long bounce entries here, manage the pair around the 36 EMA, because what we still might have, price might go in two ways, like this, if we of course want to see the longs, or bounce, will go down, maybe double bottom, higher low, and we'll do this. Or we'll continue also to that, but I'm talking right now about possible bounce scenarios, and I'm explaining why we should manage the pair around the 36 EMA just to log the profits, because the main move is still short. Yes, so you are taking the long, so against the main move. So what we have on the lower time frames, right now price is squeezed. We see that we have the trend line here. We have this small tiny move, no volatility. We have the line here. So again, we have two options: wait for breakouts and look for volatility. Right now price is not volatile, and look for entries in both directions. Even if we are on the support level, you can still look for the sells, because price might get another spike, because we are still below the trend line, so we still might get this. But if price decide to go up, you know the targets, you know where to manage the pair, and feel free to take it. Short entries, it will be better to go maybe to the lower time frames, like 15-minute, and if you see, okay, we have volatility, price is going down, is making some setups below, then you take the some trades. But right now we don't have any volatility, so first wait for some moves, probably maybe like this, like here, to see that price is going in some direction. Yes, but with low risk also here. New Zealand cat, we were discussing this pair many times, and finally we had the nice opportunity to jump. I will show you the entry which I took. It's right now in the winning position, but let's see what we have still on the weekly chart. Nothing changed really. Prices are around the same level, so our levels are still more or less the same. But for repetition, we have the resistance level here. Price we see spiked. We have also trend line with at least 3 touches. We see 1, 2, 3. Right now we have 4. Price might react. Maybe we'll go down directly to this, or we'll create a higher low on the weekly and will continue to go up. Right now we are here. We can look for possible sell scenarios if we would like to. I will explain in more details on the lower time frames, and we have the next support where price might go in between. We have smaller one somewhere here. This is also the support level, but I would still target this, or even a little bit lower back to here. This is the whole area here, zone. We see a lot of false breakouts, spikes, reactions. So daily chart. Daily chart, if we look for the trend line will be here, and this comes with the magic where we have the support level on the 600, 36, and the trend line. So really powerful area to see retracement, bounce, and another retest maybe of this. Maybe double top, higher high with the false breakout, and then maybe bigger collapse. Yes, like this. We will see. Right now we have scenario to look for the short entries, or more conservative traders who trade with the main move. Of course, main move on the daily is what? Is long, yes? So you wait for the retracement, and if you see that price is rejecting this, you take the longs with low risk, lower time frames, because you already know that this is late entry. So let's check lower time frames, and I will explain you the entry. Here was our volatility line. We have the resistance trend line, and if we go to the 4-hour chart, we had this double top or triple top even. So the position which I took was here, but it was on the 1-hour chart. And what I did here, it's our classic combination. We had the trend line, the nice level of the resistance. Yes, so on the 1-hour chart, maybe not perfect, but we had this nice scenario. First 1 to 3 after trendline breakout. Entry was here, stop loss above like 35 pips. Right now win-win scenario on the New Zealand CAD. We had also confirmation that price might reject this level because of this trend line. Maybe not like perfect spike and then rejection, but we see price was struggle, and then we have the nice red candles. So it was good option. If someone is in, you can put stop loss to the break even, because price right now what we need to see is another 4-hour chart, 1 to 3 maybe, like this, another bounce and continuation. So if you see that if somebody is not in but you still want to trade, to target maybe this zone, you wait for price to reach the 36 EMA with the trend line on the 4-hour chart, and then you look for the sell and entries. This is the best way right now to do. We see that price is going up, so we have like kind of the retracement. We have this line, so price might reach this, maybe 200, maybe spike on the 200, and then will maybe continue to go down. It's still possible to, like I said, retest this nice area and then possible long bounce entries. And the last pair is New Zealand dollar, US dollar, which is on our profit zone right now. Let's see the weekly chart. And resistance area we see is here, also was a little bit lower where price is right now. We have right now this big spike. The next level, possible level where price might to go, is this resistance with the EMA, so really good one. It still looks like we have the weekly short 1 to 3, so we might get continuation for the sells. Like we said, this was really good level for bounce and continuation, but it also looks like this might be a false breakout and price will continue to go down again. But to look that price might to go down, I would wait for at least trendline breakout. So this is a little bit tricky pair. I would like to wait for the trendline breakout, because what still might we what we might have is the retracement back to the 36. Right now we are on the 36, or on the trendline. Price will go up again. Maybe we'll create like higher double top, maybe we'll retest the 633 EMA, or we'll create a lower high, and then maybe we'll do this. This is possible. Not exactly maybe this will happen, but it is possible. So when you see that price is reaching this trend line and is going up, you can look for the longs. Even right now you can look for the longs because we are on the profit zone, which is our 36 EMA. But to look for the longs, you wait for the trendline breakout, and after trendline breakout you look for the setups and you take the longs to target the previous highs, or even the 603 EMA on the daily chart. But first, again, wait for the breakout. More aggressive traders, scalpers in this way, you look for the sells. You go to the 5-minute or 15-minute. Don't even go to the 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart, because you are on the 36, which is our profit zone. But for the scalpers to grab some pips, you wait for the rejection, and when you see the setups on the lower time frames, you take and you want to target the previous low. So you see maybe this will be not good enough, so you will not take this, but you have like 30-35 pips maybe. We will see if price wants to go down. If yes, then you have a nice option, because the trend line and price still might break the trend line and will go with the weekly time frame, and maybe will go down. So this might be good option, but of course remember, this is really aggressive taking this sells. Right now I would just focus to see if price decide to break this and then look for the longs. Okay guys, so this is the last weekly forecast in this year. So I wish you all great Christmas time. Take some rest, spend this time with your families, enjoy this time, don't think about the trading, and of course since next year again we will back to the weekly forecast. Probably we will start in the second weeks of the January, so it will be like 7th. But we are here for you. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to contact us. Even during the Christmas time, we will try to reply you. Maybe not so fast like we always do, but feel free to contact with us. So again, wish you happy Christmas and happy New Year, and talk to you soon. Bye.